Hello, beautiful souls. I wanted to give you a guess. Where do you think I am today? 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna tell you. Welcome to the pyramids of Egypt. And today I wanted to dive deeper into what is feminine energy. It's a big question we always ask, right? And it's a constant and infinite unraveling. Like the spiral symbol, which can go infinitely into its depths and infinitely into outside as well, the feminine energy is something we explore in deeper and deeper ways. And one of the impressions that so many people have about feminine energy is that feminine energy is calm, relaxed, soothing, harmonious. And by defining it as such, we exclude a whole range of emotional feminine vibes, or a whole range of wilder emotional vibes. And that brings me into a definition of the feminine energy that I find very important, which is, in truth, feminine energy is the whole range, the whole depth of life force expressed. Again, let me repeat that, the whole range of life force expressed. That means life force, life energy, prana, just the primordial energy that lives inside you, that makes you alive, that makes you have the energy to live your days and live your life, is that essence. To have that life force is to have the feminine energy. Now, what does that mean? That means that there is a whole spectrum of expressions that come from this feminine energy, because that doesn't just include the relaxed, beautiful, harmonious aspect of your feminine. It also excludes the wilder, the angry, the sad. All the spectrums of emotion, which is energy and motion, are aspects of your feminine energy. So you can't say that being feminine just means being calm and relaxed and harmonious. It means being the whole of you, giving full permission, full allowance for that energy that moves through us to express itself. That's why all the arts are very related to the feminine energy. All the arts allow the energy of truth, of emotion, of things that move you in the outside world to speak. Through paintings, I love visionary art, for example, through dance. Dance is a very feminine art because it's literally the movement of energy in the form. And that's why we love to see dancers. We love to see the body expressing itself. It's in movement. It is that telling of the story of energy moving in life, of telling the story of energy in its many forms. And there is so much beauty in giving permission to this energy, to this life force, to express all that it wants to express through you. That means, that means not limiting yourself to an image of the woman that is in her feminine and appropriate and always with beautiful straight hair and done eyebrows and always saying the right thing at the right time. This is appropriateness. This is protocol. This is, what's it called? Like when you go to the school to be a woman and they teach you correct etiquette. And there is beauty in that expression, which is something more cute and contained, and in its right place, there is a beauty in playing that role. However, if you truly want to access the depth of your feminine energy, the range of your feminine energy, the power of your feminine energy, because feminine energy is power, and that's why it's been suppressed and oppressed, because if every woman in the world, and specifically in the Arab world where there's so much suppression, reveals the force and the power of her truest essence, that's going to be scary. That's going to be uncontrollable. If you allow yourself to express as much your anger, to feel your sadness as you do your joy and your ecstasy, then you will never be stopped. You cannot be stopped because you are allowing life to fully speak through you. Did you see that bird just whew? And so this video is really about the permission of the feminine. It gives you permission to fully express. If you're feeling sadness, spiral into the sadness. If you're feeling rage, go into that rage. Get a pillow and just let it out. Don't be ashamed of that rage. Don't be afraid of that rage. Of course, that doesn't mean just being angry all the time or allowing too much of anything to just dominate your life, because then that becomes out of balance. And eventually all emotion, all energy just wants to move through you. So the moment you give it that space, you can dance the rage, then it will pass. There's one teacher, Alisa Nobrija, I was watching an interview with her yesterday, and she said every emotion has a 90-second lifespan. That means anything beyond the 90 seconds is not the emotion. It's you putting a story to the emotion. It's you hanging on to it, identifying with it. So what we want to do with emotions is allow them to liberate us, not to imprison us. So if you're somebody who's diving deeper into your feminine energy, explore where you are limiting yourself into full expression and allow that energy to rise, because as you allow the anger and the sadness to rise, guess what's going to happen? You're going to allow the joy and the ecstasy and the bliss, which is your true nature, to arise as well, because you don't get to decide in which direction the energy goes. You don't get to choose when it's time for ecstasy or time for sadness. You allow life to flow, the energy to flow, and then you get to receive all of life and not just little limited amounts in the right place in the right time. And that's why the version of femininity that I imagine is wilder, is more free. And that's why in the Awakened Woman community, one of our top values is freedom. It's not the kind of corrected decorum expressions of the feminine. And it's not only the wild either. It's also the depth, it's also the love, but it's anything in its full expression. And the feminine is a gift. In today's world, it is healing the world. It is allowing the world. It is unveiling what is possible in the world. Because when you give yourself permission, you're giving everybody around you. If you're a mom, you're giving your children permission. If you're a teacher, you're giving your students permission. If you're a student, you're giving your friends permission. So in all versions of this permission, sorry, my nose piercing. I did not just pick my nose, I promise. This permission is important. So today my invitation for you is to give yourself more permission to feel, experience, and express this feminine energy. Now, where does masculine energy come in? It comes in to direct this energy. That's what creates an artist versus someone that's just expressing randomly in all directions. That's what makes a woman, like let's say my coach, Rebecca Campbell, publish a book versus all the women who've written what they know to be true and did not publish. It's a bit of that masculine discipline, the masculine channeling, the masculine container, the masculine direction. And that's why this is not just about only being in the feminine. This is about, as one of you beautiful viewers said, the whole soul. The whole soul includes your masculine and feminine qualities. And we all want to be whole. So we want to really allow and permit the full expression of the feminine energy, the full expression of all our range of energies and emotions, and then direct it with love, with peace. And that way we are celebrating the feminine and the masculine within. Knowing what is the feminine, what is its role, when it comes up, when it's raw, emotion, energy, life force. And then choosing with our mind, with our more masculine self, where do we want to take this? What part of our evolution does this serve? Maybe your purpose, maybe deeper enjoyment, maybe one of the most important qualities of being alive, which is creation. And the more we can fuel whatever arises into creation, the more we can be a part of the liberation of humankind. Because you tapping into these energies and you giving yourself permission into these energies is already taking a big leap into the future, into the new earth, into the 5D. Into a love-based community. So your role is important, and it's really important in balancing this feminine energy to recognize that there's a time for enjoyment and a time for creation, and really allowing that energy to be directed towards an end. And the ancients knew this. I think it's like the masculine, the feminine, and then the third pyramid, which you can't see from here, is the child. And that is the creation that is born from the place where the masculine and the feminine unite in harmony. They start to dance together within you. So my intention in sharing this is to remind you where your feminine energy can be most beautifully expressed, and then allowing that to dance with your inner masculine also. That allows that to create something new. And from that place, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want more of this juicy content. And if you're interested to dive deep into these topics, into the feminine ways, into the ancient feminine wisdom, then I invite you to join my Inner Circle. It's a membership platform where we meet once a month to discuss, to share, to connect, and to go on soul journeys guided by the one and only myself, where I invite you to dive deeper into the places inside you that hold the greatest riches, which is your soul. All right, I send you all my love from this magical place. By the way, this is this is the view from our room. I mean, come on, it doesn't get any better than that. Like, hello world, all's good. Let's celebrate. All right, bye now. Love you all.